In this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips or tricks that will help predispose you to times of silence. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Praying Well. I'm Mike, your host. If you're brand new to this channel, it either means you just randomly stumbled across this, and that's okay, or you want to pray and you have a desire to draw closer to the Lord. Either way, I'm glad you're here. If you're somebody who's familiar with this channel, welcome back. It's great to have you. So I was thinking about silence, and I'll put in the show notes some of the past videos and things that I've written on the blog about silence. It's one of the most difficult topics for Christians. It's scary, it's elusive, and quite frankly, we aren't very good at listening to the voice of God. And I was thinking that I could tell you and try to convince you that silence is so valuable and so important to our spiritual lives, but you know what? I can't say it any better than the saints. So I'm going to put some really groovy music in the background and share with you some of my favorite quotes from the saints about silence. On the flip side, I'll see you there and then we'll talk a little further. Okay, convinced? So this issue of silence, it's really, really important. And I was thinking about silence, and I wanted to just kind of say on the front end of this, you've seen some quotes from some of the saints. You probably have a little curiosity about silence and how you can put in more listening into your daily time of prayer. But I just wanted to say that I am not a monk. I am married, I have 4 children, I have a busy job, I travel a fair bit. I live in a reasonably sized home. It's not that huge. So there's plenty of noise in my life. And yet I try to get better and better at practicing the habit of silence. I don't think I'm very good at listening to the voice of God, but I know it's important and I want to get better at it, right? So whether it's certain other habits you have in your life or things to do with your finances or your fitness or your friendships, whatever it might be, we've got to just keep getting better at them. And though we're not perfect now, that shouldn't stop us from continually improving in that habit. So this habit is that of listening to the voice of God. And I want to give you, no surprise, spoiler alert, 3 ways that I think you can be more predisposed to experiencing silence on a regular basis. So the first way is to have your morning quiet time. Now, this is not a shocker. I talk about this all the time, you know that. But when you have a morning quiet time, the rest of your day has a context. You've sort of set things right with you and God, or rather, you've allowed God to set things right with you, and then the rest of your day has some purpose and meaning. The habit of that morning quiet time, I just can't say enough because it gives you an excuse to zip the lip, close your eyes, and try to listen to God. Might only be 30 seconds, might be 90 seconds. The great saints, they could sit in silence for 30 minutes, an hour, a couple of hours. I mean, think about that for a second. That's kind of mind-blowing. Number 2, make sure once a week you try to unplug from technology. I've talked about this in my book, The 5 Habits of Prayerful People, but this is so important, guys. It really is, because you got to put the phone down once a week. It's going to make your relationships come alive. You're going to be noticing things more clearly. You'll see people, you'll look them in the eye more fervently. You'll just be more present. And remember that quote from the great missionary Jim Elliot, wherever you are, be all there. And when you put technology aside once a week, you're more likely to be all there. Third way is to go on a vacation. So we're filming this, it's late June 2019. Where are you going on vacation? I asked someone recently, hey, what's your vacation plans for the summer? And they said, I don't really have any. And I was just thinking that that's kind of a missed opportunity to listen to the voice of God. Why? Because when you're on vacation, you're away from your normal routine. Probably the Wi-Fi isn't as good, and you don't have to go on a cruise far away to know that when you're on vacation, typically the Wi-Fi kind of stinks. But that's helpful in terms of listening to the voice of God. You're going to be more likely to go for walks, more likely to read, more likely to just sit and daydream. And when we do that, we learn to listen to the voice of God. So 3 simple strategies to help you to listen more consistently to the voice of God. I hope you find these helpful. If I didn't mention in the beginning of this video, make sure you like this video and of course subscribe to the channel. That helps me get these videos in the hands of more people just like you who want to pray well. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Mike St. Pierre. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. As a follow-up, head on over to my blog at mikestpierre.com. Want to go even further? Why not purchase my brand new book, The 5 Habits of Prayerful People? Just head over to Amazon or wherever great books are sold.